Okay, we're doing the last thing now. Started making another video, but it got interrupted by a phone call. But yeah, not drinking booze, drinking LaCroix because I've been working in the daytime. LaCroix and coffee. But this shoe's already lasted. You can see. Got the heel going. Got the heel counter in there. The piece of leather. I have the new one soaking for the boot we're about to last. It's a little chunky at the toe because there's the two layers, but the toe doesn't need to be perfectly elastic because we're not welting it down where, you know, all these wrinkles would have to be below the welt line. We're gonna flex these out and stitch them in so we can get away with a little bit thicker leather at the toe and temporary Mario laces in there just to keep it in the proper shape as we last it. And it's all nailed down and it's drying out because you wet this down, this piece of leather inside the heel right here. And yeah, it doesn't look half bad. We got, like last time, you remember I ran out of boot hooks, so this one has all 4 boot hooks. I decided to just go through with it. I didn't put it on video because I was mad. But the other one has 3 boot hooks on. I'm waiting for more boot hooks to arrive from, I found them on AliExpress. I bought these off eBay, and then the guy that sells them is on vacation for a while, so bought some on AliExpress. The downside is they take 20 days to arrive. Upside is that I can always install them later. Like I don't have to, it's not gonna be a hold up in the process. And also I got an actual boot hook tool with them. It was 15 bucks. For boot hooks, 50 boot hooks, and 25, 50 boot hooks, and the tool to set them, which is going to be a lot better than the janky way I was doing it with all the coins and everything. But yeah, so this one is good. Now we got to start on the one that I'm going to do in front of you guys. And I don't have the last. I have to go in the other room to get it. Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. I'm making another video though because it's already my second attempt. And sorry that I'm using the front camera so I can make sure everything's lined up, and I'm also using just the microphone on the camera because I'm listening to the Monaco Grand Prix first practice in my ear as I'm doing this. But this was the trickiest part in the first boot, is actually getting this first nail set for the heel because it wants to slide around, and there's a metal plate in the heel which I'm not particularly happy about at the moment because it makes it difficult. It's good for when I start hammering in pegs, but when I'm lasting it makes it difficult to nail the heel into place. So I also have these lasting pliers. You're definitely gonna want some of these. They have a hammer right here and then pliers right here, and then they're kind of a rocker like this, so you can really like pinch on and rock it back and pull the leather, and it just tightens the grip of the thing so that you're not gonna slip a lot, and you can use torque to really get it going. I'm gonna have a funny voice because I have nails in my mouth. And let's see if I can get this right. I'm gonna line this up at the center, the stitch line. So you can hear it hitting the metal. can hear this nail driving into the metal, which is kind of not what we want exactly. We might be able to, it's very hard to, yeah, just get this in place on this first nail, especially because we have to make it match the other shoe in terms of like how deep we're putting the last into the shoe. Basically, there's a natural curvature to my pattern that really helps out in terms of where the heel is gonna like tuck into there. I can feel it, like this thing curves around sharply at the right spot. And then I gotta make sure that also the throat of the boot is the same height on both shoes. Pull this tight. Let's see if we can get just an idea of what's going on here. This took me forever on the first shoe, and I'm trying to see if I can do it a little bit quicker here. All right, let's compare these two buggers. So basically, we need these to be the exact same height. It looks like that's actually pretty spot on, which makes sense because it tucked in nicely to the spot that I thought it was going to. I think that's gonna be about right. I gotta make sure this is centered as well. It's interesting because I'm using a symmetrical pattern, so both patterns are exactly the same, but obviously these lasts aren't exactly the same. So this one with this side with the bulge out on here, it's gonna come sharper in here, bulge out here because it's a left foot. It's gonna pull everything a little bit more to the right of the boot, which is fine. You just gotta be aware of it and make sure it still lines up pretty symmetrical. You want this piece like right here, the arch of the foot on the last, to come right down the center of this tongue. And you never really know until you start pulling things tight how it's gonna look. Let me check some text messages really quick. So you can see this is like off a little, like off to the side just a tiny bit. I think that's okay. Oh, you know what I didn't do yet? I didn't put a lace in this. I have to put a lace. It's a very important thing. It would have been bad. I would have lasted it all wrong. Got an orange lace here. I don't know my other Mario laces. Basically, just want to tie this up like it will be on a foot. So you want the right width, and you want it to be uniform width throughout here. Is that about the same width? Yeah, I think so. Tie a quick bow right here. Yeah, that should be, that's about how we want it to sit on the foot. About that. that width. So yeah. So I have, these nails I have are number 17 by 1 inch. Just got them at Home Depot. Small, thin nails. And what we're gonna start to do is we're gonna start to pull. There is an order where you're supposed to pull certain things. I don't know the order. I forgot it. I read it at one point. And it's basically heel, toe, sides. You want to see, maybe I'm not doing it right. One of the tricky things is you need this is where the broguing comes across right here. See these two things where the cap toe ends? You want those to line up properly. And that's gonna be a big part of getting this lasting process done properly. So if we pull these in like this, then we can redo it right here at the toe. Oops, sorry, I bumped the tripod. You will smash your fingers a little bit. It's a given. Be prepared for it. Lean into it. Just really smash the shit out of your fingers. Learn to love the pain. And you can be pretty liberal with these nails. All this stuff under here is obviously not going to show. Be careful when you're getting too close to the edge of the edge of the upper, because you don't want too many lasting holes to appear on the actual shoe. I mean, it happens. It's not the end of the world. But ideally, oh man, that didn't line up at all. I think, I'm trying to remember how I did this on the last shoe, because the last shoe actually lined up easily and quickly, and I was quite happy. So that lines up like that. Let's try this. And obviously we're pulling out nails a lot and putting them back in, so it's not life and death that you get every single nail right on the first time. This is a process. The other thing I probably should have done that I think I did on the last shoe is I'm supposed to put the heel counter in before I really get into the nailing. I'm just trying to get like some sense of center on this. Make sure everything's lining up first before I start pulling nails, so I can really jam that heel counter in. And don't nail them too deep into the last, because especially if you have a wood last, I mean, they'll go in and they'll get stuck, and you'll get them out, but it's a pain in the ass because